Here I'm cutting Baltic birch plywood 3/4 inch. And this is for the carcass, so this is the sides, top, and bottom. Once I'm done cutting all my pieces, I'm going to put a 45-degree angle on all the sides. So now that I have all those cut, I'm going to use my domino joiner, and I'm going to put 2 dominoes per side at a 45-degree angle. Now I'm going to cut a curve into the one side, and that is for my back panel. And I will do this with all 4 pieces. And this is the back panel that I will be using. Now I'm marking out my domino for the bottom shelf and the dividers for the drawers. I'm doing my glue up here. I'm not gluing the back panel. I'm going to leave that free floating. So I'm going to glue in my dominoes, and I'm going to run a bead of glue along the edge. Now that that's all glued up and clamped, I am going to edge band all my pieces, the dividers, and the shelf. I'm just going to iron it on, use my trimmer, followed by a file, and sand at a 5-degree bevel. And this is birch edge banding that I'm using. I'm taking the clamps off, and I'm going to start to put the shelf and the dividers in place. I have dominoes in the center, and I'm just going to use some pocket hole screws to screw in the ends. Here I'm going to be marking out the plates for the legs. And I'm going to do this to all four corners. And then the legs that I'm using are 6 inches tall, and I'm just going to be screwing them into place. Quick and simple. And now it's ready for stain. Here I'm using ebony, and I'm putting on 2 coats. I will put the first coat on, wait about 3 hours, and then do the second coat. I'm going to brush it on and wipe it off with the rag. Here I'm cutting all my pieces for the drawers. I'm changing my blade to my dado blade, and I didn't realize when I turned the saw on, it started cutting into my throat plate. After this was done, I took it in and got the blade sharpened that same day. And here I'm cutting in 1/4 inch for the bottom of the drawer. I'm just going to glue and pin everything into place with a couple of pocket hole screws. Now I'm going to install my drawer slides. So I put a 1-inch strip on the bottom. I'm using a 3/4 inch piece on the side, and that's where the front of the drawer front is going to stop. So I'm using that as a guide to slide my drawer slide up to, so I can screw it down into place. And I'm doing that to all 4 of them. Now that I have those are in place, I'm going to set a 1/2 inch piece on the bottom. I'm going to slide my drawer in and screw the other half of the drawer slide to the drawer. Now I'm screwing. I'm using my Craig jig, and I am drilling for my drawer pulls. And I'm going to use a countersink bit for the screws. So the way I'm attaching these is I'm using some playing cards on the bottom as spacers. I'm setting the drawer face front in place, and then where the drawer pulls are, I'm just driving some 1/4 inch screws, 1 1/4 screws, to attach it to the drawer itself. Pull the drawer out, drive some screws on the back side, and then just back out the 1 1/4 screws in the front. I find that it's fast, quick, and easy that way. So I'm using a stain that's called Tuscan for the drawer fronts. It's a beautiful color. I'm just putting on 1 coat and brushing it off with a rag. Wiping it off with a rag. Here I'm going to spray 1 coat of the sand and sealer. Wait about 15-20 minutes. I will sand it down with 220 and apply 3 coats of pre-cat clear. A lot of people seem to skip this step. I don't, because I find it that when I use the sand and sealer with the 3 coats of the pre-cat lacquer, I don't have to sand in between coats. So I don't skip this step. It's the way to go. Don't skip the sand and sealer. Spend the extra money, you're going to get a better finish. And here I'm spraying the 3 coats of the pre-cat lacquer, and I will be putting a coat every 15 to 20 minutes. Here I'm putting all the drawers back in to make sure everything fits okay. And then I'm going to take them back out and attach the door fronts. And I will do the same with all 4 of them. And this is the finished product. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.